This one coming straight from out of the dancehall. This is Richard Brownie, aka Shams the producer, and the name of my label is B Rich Records. I originally started out with Call Me Shams Productions, and then I moved to B Rich Records in 2000. Yeah, in 2000. First label Call Me Shams was clearly because my name, everybody called me Shams. And then I moved to B Rich Records. After that, I changed the name to B Rich Records. B Rich is my name, Richard Rich, and B Brownie. B Rich Records, yeah, producer, you don't know how the thing set up. I started the label in Jamaica, was registered and established in Jamaica back in 2000. Well, as a producer, a musician, I tend to, when it's dancehall stuff and basically I have the groove and I know what I look for, I'll pretty much do the entire production myself, from programming the beat to getting, most of the keyboard parts and everything done myself. But when it comes on to reggae stuff now, reggae music in general, I tend to look for a particular feel from different musicians. So if I feel in a different bass line or a particular keyboard player who I know can shuffle wicked on the organ or have a nice piano bank sound or whatever, then I usually, outsource the musicians to do, stuff like that. Because being a producer don't mean that I have to play everything myself. Being a good producer means that I know who can fill that gap or who can make the production right by choosing the right musician. So if I hear a particular drummer for this song, then I'll choose, one of the drummer them. Or if I background vocalist, if I'm hearing a certain kind of vocalist, a certain sound or tonality in the vocals, then I'll choose a particular vocalist for that song. The most successful record I've produced, I'd have to say, I mean, honestly, I haven't really checked the numbers, because nowadays everything is about stats, I haven't checked the numbers, and not that I don't care, but my love is in the music. If something run off, if something do well, I'm grateful and I appreciate it, but I don't really delve into, what is the most successful record, because, I know that TOK's album did mostly gold or platinum in Japan. I'm yet to see, my platinum plaque or whatever certification that I should get from it. But anyway, that's a different story. But the most successful record that I've done, again, I'm going to say, based on what I've heard, is, TOK's song called I Believe, from their first album, from their debut album, I Believe. That song has been doing well in Japan, and even now in 2018, that song was number one on the iTunes chart like 2 weeks ago. So, I'll say that would probably be one of the most successful records that I've, produced. And I really don't have a favorite yet. I'm sure it's coming though, but I don't have a favorite song or record that I've produced. Everything I do, as long as I've released it, it means that I love it, I feel it, and so yeah, there's no favorite. Once I have a song, I produce a song, I have an artist. There are least favorites, but there are songs, everything we put out, I have confidence in it, and I pretty much enjoy what I do. So I just do it and love it and put it out, release it. I have a totally different opinion when it comes on to releasing songs, and whether thinking or believing that it has been slept on, for whatever reason. I just do music, release music, and the bottom line is not everything you release is gonna be a hit. So if you put out something, if you release a song and it doesn't work, then the consumer, the general public, the fans, they don't want to hear that. So you basically just have to move on. Just come with the next thing, do your next best project. So I really haven't thought about whether or not I have a song or production that has been slept on, or fall by the wayside because of other people, or whatever the reason, whether a radio man or a TV station or whatever decide not to play it. But them things are not, those things aren't a part of my focus. I'm just doing music. When it work, it work, because it might not work in Jamaica, it might not work in Canada, it might work in a Timbuktu, but wherever it work, it work. If it don't work, it don't work. Keep it moving. Music we do, music we love. Touring Is very interesting, especially when we come on to being a producer and a touring musician, because you can produce a song or produce a bunch of songs in Jamaica and it'll mash up the radio or mash up the dance in Jamaica. And when you go abroad, you go Japan, you go Europe, and the song just, it's not playing, nobody knows it there. And the funniest thing is you do a song, because I've done a song, well, I produced one song in particular, or one rhythm in particular, and Jamaica never played it, never worked in Jamaica, but yet still is one of the biggest rhythm them and song you have in Costa Rica. So at the end of the day, whenever you're a producer and a musician, you tend to experience music on a different level, because what hot a yard, not necessarily hot abroad. Simple. And experiencing different cultures also inspire you as a musician and a producer to kind of figure out, this is what the people I'm listening to, or this is the type of dancehall that they're into, so, or reggae music, or these are the artists where outside of Jamaica focus on. So, at the end of the day, this is a business. It's about selling records, about giving the consumer what they want. So, the experience and the exposure that you get as a touring musician is very good, especially if you're a touring musician that also produces. There are songs that I've produced and I've seen, again, but this is outside of Jamaica. Jamaica don't play certain songs or certain rhythms, especially if them not have the hypeness behind it. But lucky for me, being a touring musician, I've been on the road with artists, and the same song that wouldn't get played in Jamaica, I see 30,000, 40,000 people in a park, again in Costa Rica. You have to pull up the song 10 times because they love the song, and the song just, and again, the song that I'm speaking of was done in 2003, and in 2018 that song is still being played in Costa Rica, and Costa Rica in the dance them. So again, it's just a market, a different side of the world that appreciates certain things. Jamaica don't have to love it, because there are other songs that we do, other rhythms that we do that Jamaica love it. So there's no hard feelings. Again, there's the same thing where you can't big everywhere, You understand? You have already made mash up Jamaica, that's great. You have already made mash up Costa Rica, that's great. You have already made mash up Germany, that's great. That means that the thing global. You understand what I say? Just stuck one place. So, that's what it's about. Being a producer that can produce music that appeal to the world. And that's one of my aim. That's my goal, to be palatable to everybody worldwide, not just one genre or one specific location. Worldwide thing me there. Personally, I'm not really saying that I like or dislike local production or whatever is going on in the music business in Jamaica from a local standpoint, because at the end of the day, it's the evolution of the business of the music. Because I'm quite sure back in the 80s, when dancehall and the computer drum thing that are coming, the elder them are not the elders, but the other producers back then that was into live music, they were clearly would have been having a problem that computer thing I come take over the thing. So at the end of the day, every 10 years or however many years, there is always some kind of evolution in the music that would cause a change. So right now, between when I was as a producer to now, there has been a lot of changes. The tempo change and this and that, but there's always a correction or a balance. So I have no, because you have a lot of songs out there to that me like, that me love, a lot of production, a lot of producers out there that doing well, and me respect and rate them talent, because at the end of the day, same way how I came in the business and my talent, stand out and we do big rhythm or whatever. It's just another man time now for change the thing. Obviously, there won't be producers doing what I did back then now, because they're all different generations. So I wouldn't expect that to happen. Everything has to evolve, the growth, the music, everything, the industry. See, back when I started producing, there was no Spotify or iTunes or anything like that. So the youths them nowadays, them think different, and you just have to move with the time. If you don't move with the time I gonna leave you. So let's keep it moving. I wouldn't say I have a favorite production or a local production right now because like Jordan have a bad rhythm when me like, but it's not this year. I think it was last year. A bad rhythm when me like. Um, TJ they drop some bad things too. When me love, you know. The song we stick in my head right now though is Tough, Ragging King or Raging King, however I want to pronounce it. That song they just have a vibe. Girl I said the thing tough, tough. It just have a vibe and it just stick in the head. From the first time you hear me I say oh, that song is bad. The production, even though it's not dancehall as we know it, dancehall, it have like a crossover trap, something there. But the song just bad. So I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it is one of the songs where I kind of like right now. It just very catchy and how he must sing it, like the melody, how him use him voice. Him have a very unique voice, and I think that is what make the song so catchy. How him, bring across the lyrics and what he's saying in the song. It made the song just very catchy, and the rhythm of the little ping 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 ping. It was very catchy and easy to remember. It don't leave you when you hear it one time. It just stick with you. So that's one of the reasons why, that song that kind of just stick with me. Well, you see, nowadays, I don't think my personal opinion is that equipment not really matter that much because at the end of the day, your production is as good as the user and not necessarily the tool. So what I splurge on, if you want to call it splurge on, is Facebook ads and Google ads. Because of my career, you understand, so I spend money on advertising my stuff to make sure say I'm seen and my music and production is out there. So that's where I spend a lot of money on, trust me. But outside of that, the latest production tool that I have acquired is this bad boy, which is the MPC Studio Black. And this is because for years, as I say, I've been working in the box, everything in the box, in terms of sequence and everything. I use Pro Tools, and originally I started out with a MPC 3000, and the studio have the same functionality, and basically it's about time I decided to get something like that. Everybody want to go machine or whatever. I'm a Akai person. I love Akai, I love MPC. So at the end of the day, I just say yo, let me jump in on the MPC Studio Black and get to work. Cause it also bring me back to that old school feel when you can just program the drum, and the the box thing kind of get annoying after a while. So using the MPC Akai, the Akai Studio Black, you have the same feel, So yeah, that's the latest addition. Upcoming projects, Valentine's Day, look out for it. So that's 2019 Valentine's Day. I'm not gonna say much about it, but just know say look out for it, Channel Producer. You can find all my music, all my production in one place, which is my website first. So once you go to www.shamstheproducer.com, SHAMSTHEPRODUCER.com, you go to a section that's a discography section. You can click on any other picture of them and you will be taken directly to the product. So all my releases from day one coming up to today, you can find it there. If you can't bother go through that, go Spotify, search Shams the Producer, go iTunes, Tidal, all of them, and you will see everything that I've produced. I mean, before 2018, you'll have to probably type in the rhythm them like, Baddest Rhythm, Juice Rhythm, Glue, and them something. But the best way, the simplest way to find everything in one place is go to my website, shamstheproducer.com. Simple. So, outside of the website now, you can get me on Instagram, which is Shams the Producer, or Facebook, Shams the Producer, or YouTube, Shams the Producer. You see how easy it is? All of them are the same thing, except Twitter, of course, which is Shams the Pro, Pro. That's pretty much it. You can find me everywhere, all the time. That's pretty much it. Here's it. Richard Brownie, aka Shams the Producer, here saying, if you are not yet a member of Jams, what are you waiting for? Where are we at pan? Go and go join them now. I have been a member since, I'm not telling you the year, but I've been a member. It's for your own benefit, the benefit of the music, and Jams is doing great things for our music. So, where are we at, pan? Go and go join it now. Big up on yourself.